Hi, in this demo we will see another application layer protocol. This time we'll see DHCP Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol. This protocol is used to give dynamic IP addresses to hosts. Let us switch to the topology. Here is our topology. We will use a DHCP server for hosts Ali, Mona and Amr in the right hand side. The network is 192.168.10/24. The default gateway has already been configured. Let us start with the DHCP server. You need to configure the DHCP server with a range of IP addresses that have been given to you. For example, we will assume this network needs 100 hosts. If this network will need only 100 hosts, so your range of dynamic addresses is gonna start at one number and you will give 100 hosts. Let us configure the DHCP server. This is the IP address first. Make sure you give the IP address, the very first step to give an IP address to the server. It's 192.168.1.5, 192.168.1.5, and the default gateway has already been configured, 192.168.1.1. Now we'll go to the services, DHCP. We need first thing to configure the service by turning it on. You can give a name to the pool. Now, this is a network 192.168.1.0. You need to specify the starting address. Maybe you need to use the last 100 addresses for your network, or addresses from 20 to 120. It depends on your addressing scheme and addressing style or addressing plans. For example, we will start here from address 100 and we'll give 100 addresses. So this is the starting address. So dynamic hosts will get addresses starting from 192.168.100, and we have 100 addresses. So it's going to be from 100 to 200 or 199 to be more specific. DHCP does not only give IP address to the host, it can also give the default gateway, which is very important because a device without a default gateway does not know how to communicate with any other device outside its LAN. One more thing. DHCP also can be configured to give DNS. This is another very important setting because devices without a DNS server cannot access any server with its name. They need to do this with IP address. So in this demo, in the previous demo, we have already configured the DNS server in another network, which is 192.168.10.7. So I'll tell this DHCP server that the DHCP of this LAN, the DNS of this LAN is 192.168.10.7, and the default gateway of this LAN is 192.168.1.1, and I need to start giving addresses from 192.168.100, and I only have 100 address to give. Now, in the basic lessons of DHCP in Packet Tracer, please do not click on Add, click on Save. So you see our settings have been saved. Our pool starts from 100 and we'll give 100 addresses. We will also tell all dynamic host clients that the default gateway is 192.168.1.1 and their DHCP server, their DNS server is 192.168.10.7. So we gave an IP address and we configured the service, and the service is on. Make sure you turn the service on. I have seen many students doing everything right, but they forget the service. If they forget the server is not going to respond to any DHCP broadcast. Okay, now we will go to the clients one by one. I'll go to Ali. I'll configure it with DHCP, requesting. DHCP request successful. It got the first address. It also knows now the default gateway and the DNS. Let's go to the second one, Mona. DHCP. It got the second one. Let's go to the third one, but this time let us switch to simulation mode. I need to filter I need to filter DHCP, and let me go here and switch to DHCP. Excellent, auto capture. We see the broadcast goes to everyone. This is called DHCP Discover. Now the server responds with a broadcast also. This is called DHCP Offer. Now we have DHCP Request, DHCP Confirm. All communications between the client and the server were in broadcast because the client gets its IP address at the very end with the last confirmation, because okay, now we have 102. So all clients have already been configured. One more thing, let us test our DNS. Is it working? I'll go to Amr, I'll go to my browser. Remember from my previous demo, I created a web server here. So I'll access the web server in the second network, space.com. It should go, maybe the very first time is going to be slow. Yes, it did. So before going to the web page, actually, there has been a DNS request sent to the DNS. The DNS responded with the IP address of the space.com, and then HTTP request was sent. Let's see this in simulation with another client. I'll go to Mona, and now I'll change the filters. I'll request DNS and HTTP. And make sure, okay, it's fast now. I'll go to Mona, I'll go to the same space.com. Sorry, it's space.com. Go, auto capture. I did not filter DNS. Let me redo it. I'll go here and I now filter DNS. I'll delete the simulation and go back. I'm filtering both now, DNS and okay, now we see it. DNS request has been sent from Mona to the DNS server. If I open the request, you will see the question is, what is the IP address of www.space.com? Now the reply is coming back from the DNS server to the client with the IP address of this server. Next we can start the HTTP request. So a request will go from Mona to port 80 of space.com. If we open this request, we will see it's sent to port 80 TCP. Destination port is 80 and client dynamic port. And this is the request of the HTTP. So in this demo, we saw how to configure DHCP to dynamic protocols. DHCP does not only give IP addresses, but it also can give the default gateway and the DNS server details. Thank you.